Um, yeah, it's hard to anticipate how it's going to land with people because yeah, a lot of this information is out there in various forms. I guess the thing that is really different from the average fan watching the shoot interviews or whatever on YouTube is that you have oftentimes both sides that are like in a way playing off each other.
Yeah.
And um you know I think Tommy Dreamer got uh let me just start this a different way. There was a lot of accusations of creative editing by the Dark Side of the Ring team, especially in relation to the plane ride from hell, which I think is a way of trying to insinuate that we tried to make people say things that either weren't true or that they didn't actually say, which it's I you know I'm not an editor on the show, but I know that that's not the intention of the people. But what I think that the the thing that they're experiencing is unlike the usual shoot interview where like you watch Ultimate Warrior shoot on Hulk Hogan, you watch Hulk Hogan shoot on Ultimate Warrior, and in a different video, they're not intercut. They're not literally right back to back. So you kind of like over time you glean your own conclusions from these things.
Yeah.
Whereas when you have a situation of like we're gonna put up all of these people's experience against each other, there is this effect of like now the audience is in judgment of like who's telling the truth or who has and that's not the creators of Dark Side of the Ring trying to judge or the way Evan would put it is like bury anyone or put anyone over. It's just we're just like we want to put a good lens in front of the shoot interviews, and we want to like get everyone's side of it because the stories are awesome and they're really compelling. And I think in the case of Plane Ride from Hell, when I saw it, I didn't think that there was going to be these repercussions and people getting suspended and people's images getting taken off of billboards or
Right.
off of title information, because the information was all out there, but it's like the effect was, when you put somebody who went through something traumatic against somebody, in the case of Tommy Dreamer, kind of like standing up for his friend Rick, who may not know the facts of what she went through or has never seen her or never heard her speak. The audience is just you're getting bombarded by the weight of something from one person, and then the somebody's attitude that is totally uninformed by what is being intercut with his perspective. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, of course.
And so I hope that everything has worked out for Tommy Dreamer. I mean,
Oh, everything's fine with them now, but
yeah,
yeah,
like I
yeah.
I I don't think anyone set out to harm him or his career. I think it was just he ended up taking on the role of the voice of Ric Flair, because I'm sure they tried to get Ric Flair to talk about it, but he
Well,
wouldn't for whatever reason. I'm sure he has contracts or whatever.
yeah.
But yeah, when I saw that episode, I the thing that was more shocking to me than Tommy Dreamer's defense of Ric Flair was Rob Van Dam basically talking about the like epidemic of the H bombing on the road and how prevalent it was. And of course, we've covered it's not a secret that was happening, but just the way he spoke was kind of haunting to me of just how prevalent it may have been. And I was like, oh, people are going to be affected just by the way he's spoken about this. But I was a bit mistaken about what what had the most impact.